Hello, everyone. It's Anthony Bandiero here, attorney and senior legal instructor for Blue to Gold Law Enforcement Training, bringing a roadside chat. All right. This question, I believe, comes from an officer in North Carolina. And basically, the question is this. Can an officer seize the cell phone of a person who is actively recording the investigation of a murder scene or other serious felonious crime? The context of the question is my fellow officers and I were responding to a shooting with injuries that quickly turned into a homicide investigation. While officers were on scene investigating the incident, a large crowd of bystanders gathered outside the crime scene tape and began recording the investigation. All right, something kind of typical. The majority of the bystanders did not appear to be involved in the incident and seemed to be curious or wanted to maybe contribute to the news media. However, the officer recognized an individual recording the scene as a gang member known to conflict with the victim in previous encounters or incidents. Officers do not normally observe rival gang members in the same area unless they're involved in criminal activity such as gang warfare or retaliation. Based on these facts, do you believe I could have articulated a reason to seize the known gang member and his cell phone? Okay, so that's a very good question. Let's establish some ground rules here. Number one, when it comes to seizing witnesses of a crime, you have to have a very, very compelling reason. And the crime at issue has to be very serious. We're talking about the murders, the sexual assaults, the terrorism, and so forth, right? Now, we obviously have the crime. Now, you also have to have a reason to believe that they can provide material evidence of this investigation, for this investigation. We're talking about if you do not keep them on scene, right, that you could potentially lose your case, right? You believe that a person on scene to a murder is your sole witness and so forth. Now, the next thing is, does that mean that we can arrest them and so forth? No, they are witnesses. They are not criminal suspects. You got to have light hands on people that are just witnesses to a crime. They have not done anything wrong. The next thing is if they're material and you cannot live without them, and it's a very serious crime, the next thing is identify them, right? And do your best to identify them in the least intrusive manner possible. Hopefully they'll just give you their name and their information and hopefully cooperate. However, if they do not want to cooperate and they're material, like you're basically thinking to yourself, I got to get this person's information to the prosecutor. Then identify them, do the best job you can, identify them in the least intrusive means possible. And then if they still do not want to cooperate, give the information to a prosecutor, let them subpoena the witness in court. That's what you should do. But always use light hands on a witness. It is a doctrine that if you detain a witness and you over detain them past the point of necessity, it becomes a de facto arrest requiring probable cause. And you do not have probable cause, most likely, so you have an unlawful detention. All right. The second thing is cell phones. Do not play this game of, that cell phone would sure be nice in my investigation. No, you don't seize people's property just because they're recording a crime scene. That's very common. If you're going to go down that road, you're going to be seizing a lot of people's cell phones, and we don't want to see that. What we want is to use the same analysis on the cell phone. Number one, do you have probable cause that there's material evidence on there? And second, you have some form of agency with the cell phone. Let's turn to our rival gang member in the neighborhood, right? Just recording and so forth. I believe that this person should not be treated as a witness, but should be treated as a criminal suspect involved in the shooting. I think, based on these very limited facts, seems to me you have reasonable suspicion that they are involved in this. They don't belong in that neighborhood. They have a motive. We also know that sometimes people that are involved in crimes will film their crime scenes as part of like street cred. You know what I mean? They'll show their friends, maybe put it on social media and so forth. It's kind of like the arsonist who films the fire. So what I would do is detain that person and remove that phone from them temporarily so they do not destroy any evidence. But detain them, probably going to be in handcuffs because they are potentially involved in the murder of this guy. Then, if we can get probable cause, that there is evidence either on their phone or probable cause that they were involved in the crime, then we just go from there and we arrest them. We seize the phone under plain view, and then we go get our warrant to download the phone. All right? That's definitely what I would do. As far as all those other bystanders, if they're behind the caution tape, then the police tape, then leave them alone, right? They can film all they want in America. All right, hope this has helped. Hope my goal in life is to help police officers get it right every single time. I hope this video has done that for you. If you do appreciate the content here, just give us a little love, like, comment, share with your friends. Those things really, really help. All right? Until next time, my friends, you stay safe.